Optimal footwork patterns are the basis for a good table tennis performance. The main reason for that is that the impulse that is transferred from the racket to the ball starts from the push-off of the feet on the ground and is passed on over a so-called kinematic chain upwards over the muscle tendon connections to the upper joints. But sometimes positions during ball contact look like this: in the backhand side, or in the forehand side, or in the middle. The result is a ball with a lower quality in terms of speed, spin or placement. In this example, the player uses only one jump to pass the distance between the middle and the forehand side. As a consequence, he rather falls instead of actively pushes out into the forehand side, and the weight transfer is too late after the ball contact in the forehand side. Now the player uses two jumps in the same situation, which is the regular change between the middle and the forehand side. This results in a better position during ball contact in the middle as well as in the forehand side. Comparing the hitting positions during ball contact in the middle, you more often see the optimal left position after using the two jump footwork pattern with a better foot, hip and arm position than in the example on the right side. This is also observable comparing the hitting positions during ball contact in the forehand side with the more optimal position on the left side after the two jump footwork pattern. Another argument to use the two jump footwork pattern during regular exercises like this is that during the irregular free play, players try to go back into the ready position as soon as possible after a strike and try to start from this position to the next ball. So sometimes during regular exercises players practice a different footwork than in free play because they know where the next ball goes and try to use the most economic way. But this is often not the optimal way to have the right connections to all possible placements that can occur during free play or competition. Looking at the two jumps from right to left, the first side jump goes to the left towards the ready position and the second goes sidewards with the left foot and side backwards with the right foot to open the right foot and hip position for a good weight transfer. Looking at the two jumps from left to right, the first side jump from the middle goes into the half forehand side and the second side jump is for the perfect adjustment sidewards and for the right distance to the ball and table. The perfect adjustment is only possible with the second jump because the ball has left the racket of the opponent and therefore the anticipation process can generate more accurate information about the flight direction compared to the one jump footwork pattern when the first jump is initiated earlier on a more inaccurate basis of anticipation information. These two pictures at the moment of the opponent's ball contact illustrate that during this regular exercise there are also differences in timing and position when players are in time or too late after their own forehand topspin from the forehand corner. This is also observable looking at the two pictures at the opponent's ball contact after the forehand topspin from the middle. Another regular exercise where the two jump footwork pattern is recommendable is the situation when players move in backhand beside the table to play the forehand topspin from the backhand side. Sometimes this is called the pivot footwork with the shuffle step, but I would rather call it the jumping around with two jumps. As already mentioned, the first jump brings you in a rough position and the second jump provides for a perfect adjustment of the foot and body position. Practice this exercise first with counter and later with topspin because it's a little bit more demanding to absorb the more intense weight transfer after forehand topspin. Don't forget that there are strength differences between kids and adults, so that impulses from the footwork pushes of younger players are lower than those of adults. So the two jump footwork patterns are even more important for children. But also adult players should practice the two jump patterns to optimize short ground contacts on the forefoot to get always in a perfect position. During coordination training, the jumping around with two jumps can also be played in the forehand side. But don't do it too often that players get used to play the backhand from the forehand side. Another exercise that can be played with the two jump footwork pattern is the shifting from forehand to backhand. Again, it is recommended to use the two jump pattern instead of one big jump or one shuffle step to go through the neutral, ready position. That is very important for free play when players don't know if the next ball comes in the other side. Pay attention to the quality of that footwork pattern as exactly as you analyze the upper body movement. In this example, you can see that the player uses two jumps though, but one jump has no functionality to bring him in a better position. Instead, the one jump only goes upwards during ball contact and only the other jump provides for the sideward movement. That often happens when younger or smaller players try to hit the ball in the highest point of the flight curve and the body height is still too low. So it's good to play this exercise with two different variations, with hitting the ball short after table contact in the early phase of the ball trajectory, and as a variation with hitting the ball in the late or falling phase of the flight curve. As a first step to improve footwork, it is always good to start with the shadow training to practice the different footwork patterns. Thanks for watching, have fun during training, and please subscribe my channel and ring the bell.